It's Malachi Church versus State, and I'm doing a couple videos based on the subject of a poor man who was on his way home and made a decision to cross a bridge and didn't realize that there was a flash flood coming and that his life was about to end. And he was about to end up right in this area, about a half a mile down, which really, if you look at it, it's not much there. But however, when we get rains, when we get the rain, it makes a big difference, as you can see behind me. Now, we all make choices in life, and I wanted to share some of my bad choices and to show you that God's always there. And the best thing for all of us to do when we have an opportunity to look back on our decisions and our bad choices, to make sure that we see who has been there the whole time, and not to blame God, not to get in this poor me baby thing. Even Job got into that, so look, none of us are perfect. So with my situation, it's about, well, it started 14 years ago when I made a decision to do something that God was clearly telling me not to do, but I chose to do it. And I knew that I was choosing to do it. And from that point on, I gained great blessings, but at the same time, I lost massive, unknown potentials and things. That in reality, I look at them as all just things of this world, but you know, I don't know what God had planned. And then 7 years ago, I made another mistake by going back, trying to reconcile, thinking that it was for the best, even though God was saying no. You served your 7 years, Glenn. You served your 7 years. My real name's Glenn. I go by Malachi. I've been going by Malachi since 1992. Anything music and religion, because I like to separate myself from everything. I usually don't share too many details of my life, personal details, because for one, I'm not here to do a blame game, except to blame myself. So anyways, so even 7 years ago, God says, hey, dude, don't. And I says, yeah, but I think I know better, and blah, blah, blah. But after that decision, I think God was like, okay, you want to suffer another 7 years? I'm going to make you suffer another 7 years. And it's been 7 years of suffering. I'm talking, I lost 2 houses. I had a house. One day I had a house. I had money. I had a business that was doing better than most businesses you see on Shark Tank. They would have orgasms if they were doing as well as what I was doing. I always laugh when I see that show. And then the next minute, I had nothing. Living in my car until they came and took it away. Had no money in my pocket. Living in a storage unit, living on the streets. The only thing that saved me was my mother. When I became a 40-year-old man, with his mother. How pathetic is that? I was the guy at 19 that had his own house. I was a guy at 16 that had his first business. I was a guy at 19 that had his own recording studio. I was a guy at young age had a lot of things, a lot more than what other people have. I'm also the guy that's met some of the most interesting people in this world. And then one decision that I thought was better than God's decision, well, he's kind of said, hey, I told you. I told you. So here's the thing. When you have the ability to live through those mistakes, unfortunately this man did not, but if you have the ability to live through these mistakes, don't blame God. Understand God and the reasons why he did it. And that he has a time set to get you out of it I find it interesting that all of this kind of coincides with the year of Jubilee, for me anyways, personally. And the year of the Shmirna, meaning wiping away all debts. I find it very interesting how it all ties in. And I'm not saying that it was God's plan, but I'm saying He knows all things. And everything will work out to His glory. That's just the way it is. So I'm looking forward to things changing for my life. I'm looking forward for things to change in this world. It may not be for the better, but however, it will be for the betterment of this world that we live on. So look back on your life and don't blame God. Ask Him how He can show you how you screwed up. And maybe ask Him to beat you over the head next time you do something stupid. Because He will. He's done it to me, trust me. I got many knots on my head. But that's the best thing that I can tell anybody, being a Christian. It's not that things are perfect. It's that you understand the things that happen. And you're able to take those things and make them glorify God. Not be a crybaby and start complaining about everything. Because I've had people tell me I need to write a book. It's very interesting, my situation, because it involves celebrities. It's probably, my story is probably better. When I tell my story to some people, they don't believe me at all. They can't believe it. They think it's a movie plot. They really do. Especially when you get into the people I've known, the different celebrities and stuff like that that other people think are important. They really just start freaking out. No, there's no way. And, hey, I've had an interesting life. God's led me down an interesting path. I've met a lot of interesting people. Anyways, when we were able to get a second chance, don't look back in anger, don't look back in hate, don't look back in any way except to look back and say, you know what, God, thanks. Because you're only making me stronger for what's to come. And I don't think I'm alone with what's happened to some people in the last few years. So I think there's a lot of people that have had the same or similar things happen in their life that's happened to mine. So let me just tell you all, just take time and reflect and see that God has a purpose. But you got to see the purpose, man. Just see the purpose. Malachi signing out. Hug your kids, call your neighbors, call your parents, go see your neighbors, repent and be baptized. Because soon the water will run dry.
My people are slaves. 430 years have gone. Still they seem to carry on the ways that made them slave. My people are slaves. I sent Moses to free the land, to take them from Pharaoh's hand. But they run right back as slaves. My people are slaves. I bring them freedom they don't understand. They need laws to comprehend, to make them back as understand the love I give, the freedom that comes within, taking hold of the name. My people are slaves.